an abject want. Fisheries and aquaculture provide jobs for millions of people, including women and youths. However, statistics has it that illegal, unreported, and unregulated IUU fishing leads to a loss of over 1.3 billion United States dollars in West Africa alone. Yearly, that is yearly. We must tighten the legal and regulatory framework to stop these losses. We must intensify efforts to promote intra-African trade in fisheries. Statistics also show that pan-African fish trade is worth about 20 billion euros. We can imagine what this amount of money can do to the economies of African nations. This no doubt will help to sustain African economies in the long time. Permit me now to talk about the role of National Assembly in all this. As a maritime nation, Nigeria has a responsibility, together with other nations and international organizations such as the International Maritime Organization, IMO, to make our waters safe and secure. It is as a result of that that the legislature in Nigeria has been very active in maritime-related legislation over the years. It was in 2007 that the National Assembly of Nigeria created the Nigeria Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, from the old National Maritime Authority, NMA, and amended the 1962 Merchant Shipping Act and empowered NIMASA to administer the act. Furthermore, the National Assembly has domesticated 12 very important maritime safety and security conventions of the IMO, which are necessary for safeguarding security and safety in our region. It has also domesticated the International Ships and Port Facility Security ISPS Code, which is a very important IMO convention instrument for safety and security at Nigeria's ports and part of its port state duties. The Nigerian Parliament has also domesticated 8 important conventions and protocols on marine environment geared towards a clean, safe, and secure marine environment. We as a Parliament have been at the forefront of legislation on maritime issues in the past and are currently actively involved in processing legislations in the maritime sector. The House of Representatives of Nigeria only last week passed the National Transport Commission Bill, which is hoped would have a huge impact on the maritime sector, especially with respect to economic regulation of activities of operators and agencies in our maritime sector. It is in this regard that we pledge our commitment to speedy processing of the proposed bill for an act to provide for the suppression of piracy and other unlawful acts at sea and other related offenses. The bill, when passed, is expected to give expression to relevant conventions, treaties, and charters on safety and security, and further strengthen Nigeria's desire to make its waters safe, according to the promoters of the bill. The bill is in the court of the executive at the moment, and we await transmission as an executive bill for legislative processing into law. The executive should also use the opportunity to transmit all the IMO conventions and protocols that have been acceded to by Nigeria for domestication by the National Assembly. Finally, any discussion of maritime security, safety administration, and development cannot be complete without a discussion on the impact of climate change and the possibility of developing a blue economy following the Paris Convention on Climate Change. Nigeria, and indeed Africa, cannot be left behind. We shall play our own part as a parliament when it is brought before us in due course. In closing, permit me to awake our conscience, even if it amounts to a rebuke, to the fact that the days of paying lip service to the emergence of skilled indigenous seamen and seawomen and indigenous fleet owners, not vessel owners, are well over. A strong man leaves the cargo he generates. Therefore, Africa must possess the capacity to leave the cargo it generates, be they dry or wet, if it must qualify as a strong maritime continent. The goal of this conference, therefore, must not be the sustainable use of Africa's oceans and seas by non-Africans, but by Africans first and then others. I know of very few curses greater than for one to make his bed and for another to lie on it. Therefore, my charge to you, maritime administrators in Africa, is to ensure that as you make the bed, you will also be making Africans who must lie on it. May I use this opportunity once again to thank the organizers of the conference, particularly our host, led by the very able, Honorable Dr. Pt.2, the Director General of NIMASA and his team, for keeping the parliamentary flag flying, and to also welcome all delegates from within and outside Nigeria attending this conference. I wish you a fruitful deliberation. God bless you.
You will agree with me that this speaker can speak. His delivery is more like that of the ocean. For poets, they will tell you that the ocean will stir your heart. His delivery has stirred our hearts. The ocean inspires imagination and brings eternal joy to the soul. And that's what his delivery has done. Can we put our hands together one more time?